He effed around, and he found out.
U.S. military forces captured Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro and his wife during a raid that followed what the president called a large-scale strike in the Venezuelan capital of Caracas.
The United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation, and it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II.
President Trump shared this picture of Maduro on social media with the caption, "Nicolás Maduro on board the USS Iwo Jima." Attorney General Pam Bondi has said that Maduro and Flores have now been indicted in the Southern District of New York, and Maduro is being charged with narco-terrorism conspiracy, among other charges.
In total, more than 150 aircraft, bombers, fighters, intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, rotary wing were in the air last night. As the force began to approach Caracas, the Joint Air Component began dismantling and disabling the air defense systems in Venezuela.
These dramatic satellite images provided by Vantor show the damage caused on sites in Caracas during the strikes.
This guy had multiple opportunities to find his way somewhere else and figure out another. He could have been living somewhere else right now, very happy, but instead he wanted to play big boy. And so now, he's got other sets of problems on his hands.
Perhaps the biggest headline from all of this is what the president said about the immediate future of Venezuela without Maduro.
So we're going to stay until such time as we're going to run it, essentially, until such time as a proper transition can take place.
And what to watch from a business perspective is that Venezuela is sitting on over 300 billion barrels of oil, and what happens to that stockpile could impact global crude oil prices. Some members of Congress criticized the mission because it did not have congressional approval, something that Secretary Rubio and the president defended.
We call members of Congress immediately after. This was not the kind of mission that you can do congressional notification on. It was a trigger-based mission in which conditions had to be met night after night. We watched and monitored that for a number of days. So it's just simply not the kind of mission you can call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days.
Congress has a tendency to leak. This would not be good. If they leaked, General, I think it would have been maybe a very different result.
According to the president, he recently spoke with Maduro and gave him a chance to surrender.
What did you last speak to Maduro about when you spoke? And is the US
Well, I don't want to
at
get
war
into
with
the
Venezuela?
conversations, but I did have conversations with him, and I said, you got to surrender. And I actually thought he was pretty close to doing so, but now he wished he did, yeah.
Nicolás Maduro had his chance, just like Iran had their chance, until they didn't and until he didn't. He effed around, and he found out.